Now, I want y'all to listen to this, so stay here and we're going to talk about this at
There's not one animal in nature where the woman trains the man to be ready. There's not one animal where the woman goes around babying the man, babysitting the man, and convincing the man to choose her and to mate with her. There's a ton of examples where the woman looks at the man like he's crazy, makes him do a song and a dance and run around and show that he can provide, and then she's like, fine, I'll choose you. But we actually have zero examples where the woman becomes his mommy babysitter, pathetic, desperate Pygmisha, and convinces him to choose her. If you're waiting for a man, if you're begging him to choose you, waiting for him to commit, waiting for him to propose, crying, doing all the bull crap, the birds have more queen energy than you do. The birds. The other females in nature, they don't go, oh, I'm gonna be alone, I really want to be in love. They don't do any of the dramatics. They just go, he's not a man, he sucks, I'm not mating with him. Period. And then if a great guy comes around, they're like, woo, let's do it. That's how simple this gets to be. That man's unreadiness has nothing to do with you. Ew, we're not mating with him. He sucks. You wait on the man who's gonna do the work to prove to you he's worthy of being your king.
Now, I did a live about this exact same topic 4 years ago, saying the exact same thing, saying that we are so quick to assume wifey position or assume girlfriend position before we've even done any auditioning, before we've even allowed the counterpart to even live up to the words that they are saying. Like, and it throws us for a loop because we do all these things expecting that what you're doing is going to render the effect of this person now doing those same things in return, and that is not the case. Okay, that's just not the case. Nothing in nature does that. Absolutely nothing in nature. If this is somebody who wants to be with you, if long term, take ownership, role, partnership, whatever the thing is, they're going to show you that. So many times in relationships, what we do is we decide that this is who we want. We start, we meet a person and oh my God, we start thinking about the future. And we start thinking about what it's going to be like when we do get married or when we do have kids. We start driving down a road that we don't even know is going to be the pathway, okay? And then we drive down that road and we start to fantasize. And because we fantasize, we make things up. And then we do actions based on what it is that we have made up in our head. And when that does not happen, when that person does not reciprocate the energy that you're giving out, you some kind of way in there feel like you've been taken advantage of. And that may be true on some levels, but that ain't true on all levels because most of the time, nobody told you that that's what you were going to get. You just thought that your actions of what you were doing were going to prove to this person that you are worthy enough of having this. And because of that, boom, you got yourself into a situation that now you heartbroken. Now you sad and depressed because you didn't get those things. This is the reason why I am a firm believer of not doing anything in the beginning of the relationship. Absolutely nothing. Okay? And I know most of us are doers because we are uncomfortable with receiving. But don't do absolutely nothing. Because if you don't do absolutely nothing, then you don't have expectations of those things happening in return. What you should be doing is making sure that you're taking care of yourself on all levels, 100% taking care of you. Therefore, when things, don't show up the way you want, you don't care because you're taking care of yourself. You're doing what you need to do for you. Another thing, and another thing that also I think is very important when you are creating any type of relationship, primarily, is to do a relationship agreement. Okay? And what I mean, I'm not talking about if you feel like this is a person that you want in your life for whatever the reason is, okay? Whether it be you want to be in a romantic relationship, platonic relationships, agreements need to be discussed. And if you offer to have an agreement with someone and they can't complete that agreement with you, that means they're not ready for the terms and conditions of the relationship. That means they're not ready to really have a full-on relationship with you. They're only there temporarily. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think sometimes we put too much pressure on certain people when they're not ready for the things that we're ready for. And you need to know what they're ready for. And they will show you what they're ready for by their actions, okay? Not by their words. Words don't mean nothing. Just because a person is telling you, I'm the type of person that that means absolutely fucking nothing. Okay? The only thing that matters is action. And not just actions one time, consistent actions. And not you having to prompt them. If you're having to constantly ask a person to do something, that's not naturally in their being. And that 9 times out of 10 mean that they don't like you like that, okay? Because when a person wants to do something for you, they're going to do it. They're going to find a way and figure out a way to get it done. And it's not going to be because you prompted them to do it. So we have to learn when we're moving into this new timeline of relationship and dynamics of us unionizing ourselves with other people for whatever the reason is, we have to allow ourselves to see who a person naturally is. And the only way for you to see that is by just observing. Not feeling like you have to do performative actions in order to get a rendered response. You don't have to do any of those things. Just be observant. Be more of a listener, okay? You don't have to talk about the type of person you are, or just listen to what people are saying to you and then watch what they do after they tell you these things, because that's going to give you all the indication you need on whether or not you should be moving forward. Allow yourself to receive, okay? Not just from you, but from people who want to come into your life, right? Before, especially if you're a person that once you get into a relationship, you do 1000%, you may need to wait, because you'll wind up offering 1000% of yourself, getting 0% back in return, and then you're mad. But you're the common denominator between all of the relationships that you've had, okay? Them people don't know each other, but they know you. You have to do a check and balance system of the behaviors that you display in relationships. What do you do in these relationships? Who are you as it relates to these relationships? And see your common denominators of what you keep doing. Because if you've been doing the same thing over the course of the last 4 or 5 relationships with different people, okay, romantically and none, and it's not getting you the result that you desire, is you. Okay, it's you. It's your choices, it's your behaviors, it's what you are doing. Now again, I'm not negating that people are narcissistic and they are users. Yes, they are. But do you have the sign on your forehead say, calling all narcissistic people? I'm the one you need to come over here and use. I'm the one who's going to let you just do all the things to me. Do you have that sign tattooed on your forehead? Because if you're doing the same behaviors, expecting different results, you got the tattoo, baby, okay? And this is the way you're going to change it, by being honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, okay? That's going to start to change the pattern of the vibration that you're sending out. And once that pattern gets disrupted, now you can shift timelines and you can attract something different. You can draw in the type of partnership you truly do desire, but not a moment before, okay? So I hope y'all heard. If you don't want to listen to me, because I don't care, because I'm over here living my best life, okay, taking care of me 1000%. So you don't have to listen to me. But if you are doing the same things and not getting what you want, I think you need to listen to somebody, okay? You need to go and sit on somebody's couch, or you need to change your wall, your scrolling when it comes down to the people that you listen to, so that you can start to draw in some different mental, exercises to do, so that you can change your outcome. Have a good day.